We're in Comitan, about to catch the public bus to the Chiflon waterfalls in Chiapas, or in Spanish, Cascadas El Chiflon.
If you're doing this as a day trip from San Cristobal, it's really easy. All you need to do is head to the OCC bus station in the centre of town and get the 2-hour bus from San Cristobal to Comitan.
We already did that leg of the journey yesterday and stayed in Comitan last night, so today all we need to do is get a 1-hour collectivo to El Chiflon.
Gracias.
That was lucky. The collectivo was literally driving straight past us down the road and the driver leaned out and went, Cascada? And we were like, yeah. And he's like, so we jumped in.
Yeah, we managed to get it just in the middle of the road, but we probably wouldn't advise waiting in the middle of the road for the bus. Hola.
After almost exactly an hour, we're here, and it's so hot that my bag is actually melting. Feel that, the top bit.
If only we lived in a world where we had touch vision.
You just have to take my word for it. Now, the collectivo dropped us off just outside the turning for the entrance. There's 2 entrances basically. One is on the left side of the river, owned by one group of people, and the other is on the right hand side of the river, owned by another group of people. If you go through one of the gates, you can't go to the other side of the waterfalls, and we've been told that the right hand side is the best views, best trek, best facilities, so we're going to go down the right hand side.
The one thing that I don't think either of us anticipated is the very severe increase in temperature from Comitan to the waterfalls. There's at least a 6-7 degrees difference, isn't there?
Yeah, I was wearing a jumper this morning and I was saying, oh, I don't think it'll be warm enough to swim. And now, I'm in shorts, vest top, and I'm really overheating.
It is a bit warm.
It's great, it's nice. We've not had weather like this since, I think, like Tulum, have we?
Has it been that long?
Yeah, not for at least a month.
And I've still managed to burn in between then and now. We've got our tickets. This gives us access to all of the facilities like the waterfalls, the swimming area and the toilets. There are also some zip lines here, but we pay for those at the top if we want to do it.
We definitely want to do it. We've just got our first glimpse of the water. I don't know if you can hear it, but it is very loud and it's this absolutely gorgeous turquoise colour.
We've just reached the first of the waterfalls, which is Cascadas El Chiflon. Let's go take a look. Wow!
This waterfall is beautiful and it's only the small one.
So Cascadas El Chiflon literally translates to the sigh waterfall. And apparently this is the least impressive of the 5 waterfalls here. If that's true, I cannot wait to see the rest.
We've only just gotten out of sight of the first waterfall and now we're approaching the second one, Cascada de la Angel. You can probably guess what that translates to, angel's wings.
That makes so much sense.
This one is about twice the height of the first one. It's a lot more powerful and I can definitely see why it's called angel's wings.
So if you come here, be careful. The rocks are a bit slippy. I've got a wet bottom. One little tip if you do come to these waterfalls, don't make the same mistake we did. Bring some bug spray with you or some bug repellent because there are a lot of midges here that will eat you alive. We've finally arrived at the main attraction, Cascadas Velo de Novia, which translates to bridal veil.
It certainly looks like a veil, and at 120 metres high, it's the tallest waterfall in the park.
I'll be honest, it's a really hot day. It's quite a nice cold shower.
You can really feel how powerful the water is from here.
There are actually 2 more waterfalls left for us to see here, but they close access to them in the next 15 minutes, so we need to get there pretty quick.
Go. The guy just closed the gate right behind us. We were the last people he let through for the day. Vamos!
Okay, so now that we know we don't have to rush to get to the 4th waterfall, there's something that I wanted to address on this video. When Izzy and I started looking at these waterfalls and planning our trip here, I was really worried that we were going to end up in a similar situation as we did a couple of weeks ago when we went to the Teotihuacan pyramids outside of Mexico City. I was worried that we were going to plan the public transport and it was going to end up taking way longer than we thought and we would get no time to actually enjoy the waterfalls. But it turned out getting here was actually really simple and really easy, and it's given us time to actually enjoy it. Also, from waterfalls 1 to 3, the path is fairly flat-ish. There's not really much of an incline. But once you go past the 3rd one and head up to number 4 and 5, it does get quite steep and quite difficult because of the elevation. So if you do want to come up to the 4th and 5th ones, make sure you're ready for a hike.
So down there, did you fall?
Nearly.
So down there you have the gigantic waterfall we just saw. We've hiked all the way up, and this waterfall, hang on a second, I can't remember what it's called. Cascadas El Chiflon, although it might be pronounced slightly differently. That's a hard Spanish word. Anyway, it translates to rainbow waterfall, so hopefully we'll see some great rainbows. Actually, the sun's just come out, so I can't see any, but it's still pretty impressive.
I'll be completely honest, because of the amount of mist that comes off this waterfall, it's really hard to film, but it looks really cool.
As is becoming a common theme in Mexico, they're ushering us out of the park about an hour before it closes. We probably should have seen this one coming, but unfortunately it means that we don't quite have time to make it to the 5th waterfall. However, we've seen 4 very beautiful waterfalls for a very cheap price, so I really think we've got our money's worth. And now, more importantly, the zip line's still open.
That's a lovely colour on you.
Thanks, it's the same colour as your hair.
Gracias. Arriba.
Now that we're up here, I'm quite nervous. It's very high.
Where are you from?
England?
Okay.
I'm scared.
See you on the other side?
Yeah, ready?
Flojito, okay? The finish push down.
Pull down and finish.
Push down.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
So this is the break. This is the important bit.
Let's see. Let's go.
Woo! Oh my god! This is so much faster than I thought it'd be! Woo! Woo! That was so much faster than I thought it was going to be. Woo!
Did you brake way too early?
I got scared. Well, that was an experience. It was so much faster than I thought it was going to be.
It was so fun. I was a bit scared, but I'm really glad I did it. And as well as fast, the setting was absolutely beautiful.
At the site there's actually 3 different zip lines that you can do. You can either pay for them each individually, or you can pay like a package deal to do all 3. Now to do all 3 it costs 550 pesos, and because we're leaving Mexico tomorrow to go to Guatemala, we didn't have enough cash on us, so we just did the one.
Yeah, it was great, and you can never really predict how much cash you're going to need left over right before you leave the country. We just need to make sure we've got enough to get the collectivo back to Comitan tonight, and then the bus tomorrow. I don't know what I'm saying, the adrenaline's like...
Yeah.
I'm very shaky.
Basically, we need money for transport, food.
Oh, food sounds great. Yeah. Should we make our way home?
Absolutely.
Oh, by the way, don't switch us off just yet, because we're going to show you how to get the collectivo back from this place to Comitan if you decide to come here on public transport.
And don't decide just to live here.
Just like last time, there is a collectivo about to leave, so we're trying to get it before it goes off without us. Oh.
Thank you. We have some thoughts about our experience today that we want to share with you guys.
But since we're in the collectivo, which by the way you get literally opposite the park gates, we'll tell you when we get home.
So we've made it back to Comitan and where we're staying, and we were about to sit down and tell you our thoughts of our experience today, but Izzy's a bit preoccupied with the cat. Because I'm pretty convinced that there's no way that we're going to get this cat out of the room tonight, we're going to do our thoughts now. So Izzy, what did you think?
The waterfall was great. I wasn't really sure what to expect because it's quite hard to get an idea from just looking at pictures and reading blog posts. But it was much higher than I thought it was, the really big one. And the water was so blue, it was like this gorgeous turquoise colour.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot prettier than I expected, and a lot more intense as well. The water was really powerful, wasn't it?
Yeah. I will say, if you're coming from San Cristobal, it's going to be quite a long day trip. Hi kitty.
Oh, she's got camera shy.
Yeah, because you have to do a 2-hour bus and then a 1-hour collectivo. No kitty, stay there. So just be prepared for that. Whereas if you come from Comitan, it's really easy. We just didn't have time to do everything because it literally took us like 6 hours of being there to film.
Yeah, it always takes twice as long as anything else does to film, doesn't it?
Yeah, and if you were just there for the day trip and you spent 6 hours there, you could easily see all the waterfalls, do all the zip lines and go swimming.
Overall verdict, I would say if you are in the area, either in San Cristobal or Comitan, it is absolutely worth paying a visit.
Yeah, I'd say if you're in Chiapas, make this your like waterfall that you go and see.
Yeah.
It was really good.
But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe.
And we'll see you tomorrow where we're crossing the border to, I nearly said Venezuela.
We're nowhere near Venezuela.
Yeah, I know.
Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Hopefully we're crossing the border, so we'll see you tomorrow.
We're gonna have to hitchhike, we have no money.
No. What did I drop? Oh my god! Why would you do that?